those viewers among you who actually awake and watch it right through will realise this is out of order. This is actually the first day and eventually the last day, and all the bits in between you've already seen. Crossing into Anglesey now. Almost there. So this is our first taste of what Ireland looks like, and the first stop would be a town called Athlone, which is nearly in the centre but not quite, the county of Westmeath, and we had a 2-hour stop there, which is not very long, but that's the way it is, I'm afraid. Well, we're in Athlone, first stop of the day, passing through. We'll go across the road in a minute, get something to eat. And then there's a cathedral here and also a castle. We got 2 hours, which is quite good. First across the road. Golden Island, I've just popped in there for the toilets. It's just like any other shopping mall, really. Somewhere down here is the Catholic Cathedral. Looked like a cathedral, might be. Also looking for a pub with something to eat. I'm looking for the Prince of Wales for a lunch. Very old building inside, lovely cupboards and decorative fittings. Roof light and a beautiful door over there. Vegetable soup, soda bread, which is lovely. And me as well. I'm having a Guinness. I'll try a real Guinness.
It is beautiful.
It's quite delicious. Proper Guinness. Creamy.
I find the flavour better. Cheers.
A limited time frame, we're going to come for the Catholic Cathedral. We've only got 45 minutes before the coach goes. That must be the cathedral. River Shannon. He's going to cross that to get to the cathedral, which is just there. Railway bridge, I should think. Well, this is the church of St. Peter's and St. Paul's. It's a Catholic church, a parish church in Athlone, where we spent an interesting half an hour. Fairly recent construction, built between 1932 and 1939. stands in the market square, Athlone, county of Westmeath, and alongside the River Shannon. Your name up there?
Sorry?
Your name on there?
No, which is surprising.
This font there, which is, looks like marble. Never be sure these days. Beautiful pillars,
Yeah.
sort of spiraled and laced with some sort of gold decoration.
Oh, and look on the altar.
Yes. No, it's not Mary.
Well, I think it's Mary, the mother of Jesus. So it's not bad. Not bad.
Oh, no. No, it's very nice altogether. One last look before we head back over the river and up to the coach. Sign of the times, I'm afraid, here.
Sorry?
Sign of the times.
Yes.
Hand sanitizer. That's the riverboat we saw coming down just now. We're up.
Very much.
I hadn't noticed the shape of that boat. I thought really, you wouldn't use them as a wheel, would you? It wouldn't go round. Pretty though. Well, we just didn't have time to visit the castle. Would have been nice, but when you're on a coach trip, you're limited to getting back with these ready to depart. Well, the next port of call is the Knock Shrine. Knock spelled as you would knock a door, K-N-O-C-K. It's a place of Catholic pilgrimage.
Well done.
Very famous for the apparition that appeared in the 1800s.
I think while the weather is holding up, we'll do the grounds first. I'll start from the beginning, so shall I?
Yes, we've been given the basics.
Right.
We know it is.
The June drops off a little, and then July and August. August is the really late month, you know. But pretty much from May through to October is technically the season.
Unlucky, or I might get, I could be unlucky and get them all in one day, sort of thing. So it's all a bit it's all a bit hit and miss. But at the moment, any guests around. back to schools. And
basically, that is the scene of the Knock apparition. These are laid out, everything that's laid out there is as near as could be told to where the different elements actually appeared. So it was actually against that gable wall of the old church, which is what this chapel here has been built onto. So this is what we call the apparition chapel. Now, does anyone know who the figures are in it, or should I go through all that? So Mary, yes, very good. And to her, to our, as we look on, to the left is the figure that was identified as St. Joseph. Then with the book, St. John the Evangelist, of how the village was laid out at the time, so how they ran to the different houses in the area and brought the people to have a look. So it lasted for about 2 hours, and the reason actually that the people left in the inn was one of the houses they went to, there was one of the ladies that came, and she is one of the official witnesses. Her mother was an elderly lady that tried to get up to come and see this site, and she fell and they thought she was going to die, so they all rushed to the house to see her. When they came back, it was gone. So they were all kind of, you know.
This is the only bit of original wall left. Said to have magical curing powers to anybody who touched it. So why not?
I'm down there for confession, if anyone wants to do that. The way it's catching up to us. I put it together like a jigsaw up on the wall. I think it was 250 pieces or something along those sort of lines. But when you actually look at it, you can't see any joints or I can't anyways, and I've stood it a few times, so it's really well done how it.
On the evening of the 21st of August 1879, a heavenly apparition occurred at the gable wall on the parish church, where Our Lady appeared in the company of St. Joseph and St. John the Evangelist. Unique to the Knock apparition was the presence of the Eucharist Lamb in front of the cross, standing upon an altar surrounded by angels. The apparition lasted for about 2 hours, and 15 official witnesses gave their testimonies to a commission of inquiry in October that year.
I put it together like a jigsaw up on the wall. I think it was 250 pieces or something along those sort of lines. But when you actually look at it, you can't see any joints or I can't anyways, and I've stood it a few times, so it's really well done how it was put together.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, we say goodbye to the tiny village of Knock and its church, and we're making our way back now, back into Anglesey on our way home, having spent the last night at Dublin again. It was very interesting to stop here because I didn't expect this, but the old station with a famous name, which is almost on the border of Wales, is in Anglesey rather, and I only have my phone camera with me, so it's a bit shaky. The editing software has taken some of the shake out of it, but it's very, I thought it was closed. I thought it had been dismantled, but it was still there. The station building's closed, but the platform is still used, and there are some trains stopped there too. I think there's about 3 or 4 a day, looking at the timetable, but the outside of that station is beautifully done, very well kept up. Of course, it's got the name which I can't pronounce on both sides. I'll let you pronounce it. There you are. All down the end with a gog. I'd actually forgotten it was in Anglesey. That's really nicely kept.
As they were made.
And I was lucky enough when I was waiting to watch a train come through. HST